Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to pass a 999 call handler interview. So it does not matter whether you are applying to become a call handler with the police, the fire service or the ambulance service. I promise you that if you watch this tutorial from beginning to end, it will make a huge difference to your preparation. Now, before I get into those 999 call handler interview questions and answers, a very warm welcome to this tutorial. My name is Richard McMunn. That's me there in the centre of the screen. I am a former fire officer for about 17 years, and I've been helping people to pass their interviews for many, many years now through this channel. And I do that primarily by giving you top scoring answers to the possible interview questions that are going to come up during your 999 call handler interview. Now, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button below the video, and then you won't miss out on any of the weekly training videos that I'm uploading. And I would also very much appreciate your support if you gave the video a thumbs up, a like. That always motivates me to create more content for you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get into the training. So we're going to look at a number of 999 call handler interview questions and answers. So the first one I want to tackle is, tell me about yourself and why you want to be a 999 call handler. So we want to give the interview panel some information about you that is relevant to the role of a 999 call handler. Now, as you and I know, the skills and qualities needed to perform this role competently are unique. And what we want to try and do is demonstrate to the interview panel that you have the previous experience necessary to perform well in this role. So here is my suggested answer. I am a confident, calm and composed person who very much prefers to work in a team environment where an ability to work under pressure is vital. Previously, I have worked in roles where I have needed to use strong communication skills on a regular basis, whilst also demonstrating high levels of professionalism. So I feel strongly I have an abundance of transferable skills that will enable me to perform well in the role of a 999 call handler. I understand with this position there comes a huge amount of responsibility and there is no margin for error whilst performing your duties. I am certainly ready for the challenge, and I will demonstrate a total commitment to the professionalism, integrity and the continual learning and development needed within this role. I want to be a 999 call handler specifically because I prefer to work under pressure and I enjoy being accountable for ensuring strict rules and procedures are followed. I also want to work in a close-knit team where everyone depends on each other to achieve the objectives of the organisation in regards to serving the public and keeping them safe. So you can pause the video if you like and take a note of that and use the different areas of my response that are applicable to your own skills and qualities. So the second question of your 999 call handler interview is, what do you think are the most important qualities needed to be a 999 call handler? So this question is basically assessing whether or not you understand the skills and qualities needed, but more importantly, whether you have read the job description carefully and also the person's specification. So here is my suggested answer to this question. There are numerous qualities needed to be competent in the role of a 999 call handler. You need total professionalism at all times, an ability to follow your training and the strict rules and operational procedures that encompass the role, and also the ability to work closely with others as part of a team. Other essential qualities are exceptional communication skills, both written and verbal, and also the understanding of how important it is to embrace change within the role and the organisation. Because in order for the service to continually meet the needs of the public, it has to change and improve on a regular basis. Finally, you must be confident in your duties, have the ability to remain calm and composed at all times, operate with the utmost integrity, and also demonstrate compassion and empathy whilst dealing with difficult and sensitive situations and incidents. So, in my opinion, that response demonstrates that you understand some of the really important qualities needed to perform the role of a 999 call handler competently. So the next question that we want to look at is, what do you think the most important values are in the work of a 999 call handler? So these are the ones that I think are the most important. Here is my suggested answer. After studying the role and the person's specification in detail prior to applying, I believe the most important values are integrity, professionalism, courage and determination, and also compassion. Now, you need integrity because you are working in a public service, and therefore it is important to have strong work morals and to be honest in everything you do. You need professionalism because nothing but the highest standards will ever do, especially in respect of operating safely and diligently. You need a courageous approach to your work, simply because the public rely on you to help them and guide them in their time of need. Now, finally, you need compassion when speaking to people, as it's very important to understand what they may be going through when they call you for assistance. There are other values, but those are the four I feel are the most important in the work of a 999 call handler. Now, you'll notice what I've done there is I've not just told them what I think the most important values are, but I've explained why. So I've given integrity and said why I think it's important, and also professionalism, courageous approach, etc., and compassion. So I've backed it up with reasons. Most of the other candidates will just say what they think the values are, but I think it's strong to back it up with the reasons why. Next question of your 999 call handler interview. How do you think you would handle the stress of this role? So undoubtedly, there's a lot of stress that comes with this position. And I can remember working in the emergency services, and all of the men and women who were 999 call handlers were unique in their ability to handle stress. They were very, very good at handling the stress of the role. So here is my suggested answer. I believe I would handle the stress well. I appreciate it's very easy for me to say that, but I have worked in previous stressful situations, albeit not on the same level as a 999 call handler. For example, in my previous role, I regularly had to deal with difficult customers on the telephone who were stressed and frustrated. I always remained calm, reassured them, followed my training, and asked them probing questions to enable me to achieve my objectives. Whilst dealing with the stressful elements of the role, I would always remember to follow my training and operational procedures, ask for help if I was ever unsure, and above all, use strong communication skills and absolute clarity to assess each incident and dispatch the appropriate level of response required. So you are saying there that you can handle stress, and more importantly, you've been in stressful situations, and albeit perhaps not on the same level as a call handler, maybe you have. But I'm giving the answer there based on someone who's not had that same level of stress, but they are providing examples of where they've already done that. Next question of the 999 call handler interview. Tell me what you'd expect to be doing on a daily basis as a 999 call handler. So if you are applying for this role, you should have a basic understanding of what you would be required to do. And the job description, if you can get a copy of that, will reveal the details of what you will be doing on a daily basis. Here is my suggested answer to this question. The duties I would expect to be undertaking would be diverse and varied. Now, the priority would be to competently handle 999 calls as and when they come in a prompt manner, and determine the level of response required. I would also be required to liaise with operational staff to answer radio calls and provide assistance and guidance when needed. Other duties include undertaking training sessions to maintain operational competence, keeping accurate call logs and data, learning new skills and operational procedures, and also keeping operational crews updated with information pertaining to incidents as they progress. I would also be required to manage operational resources to ensure they are in position to protect all areas that we are responsible for as a service, and also liaising with other emergency services and interested stakeholders during the management of operational incidents. So you can use that response as a basis for your own. As I say, don't forget to read the job description. I think that's very important during your preparation for the 999 call handler interview. Next question. Describe a situation when you had to work under pressure in a challenging environment. Now, this kind of question is more commonly referred to as a behavioural type interview question. It's very important with this type of question to give a specific situation that you've previously been in where you have met the requirements of the question. So in respect to this, it's working under pressure in a challenging environment. And my advice is to make it as challenging as possible. Perhaps add a time element or a restriction in there that makes it really difficult for you. Here is my suggested answer to the interview question. Describe a situation when you had to work under pressure in a challenging environment. In a previous job, I was part of a 6-person team who were responsible for handling customer calls and queries. One day, 2 people rang in sick at very short notice, which left just 4 of us to manage the workload. The situation was compounded by the fact the business was launching a new product that day, so the pressure was really on for us all to answer all of the calls within the time limits set by our employer whilst maintaining high standards of customer care and attention. We all decided to take ownership of the situation, and we compiled a plan of action for maintaining standards. This included none of us taking any breaks throughout the day, apart from the odd short toilet break, and by also asking customer qualifying questions at the start of the call to get to the bottom of their query faster than usual. At the end of the working day, our manager praised the team's combined effort, professionalism and commitment to maintaining standards despite being 2 people short. So what I personally like about that answer is it uses a STAR technique to structure the response. So situation, task, action, result. And I also like it because you compile a plan for sorting things out. And more importantly, you're working as part of a team to achieve the objective, which is what you would do whilst working as a 999 call handler. Now, if you would like more help with your 999 call handler interview, there is a link that's appeared in the top right-hand corner of that screen. If you click that, it will take you through to my website where you can download my 999 call handler interview questions and answers guide. Now, within the description below the video, I have put links to different guides. I've got one for the police, I've got one for the fire service and the ambulance service. So you might want to look in the description to see which one is relevant for your particular role. I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the like button. Say hello in the comments section as well. I'll be interested to see which service you're applying for. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments and I will do all I can to help you. Thank you for watching and I wish you all the best for passing your 999 call handler interview. Have a brilliant day.